Microsoft raised the recommended retail prices of its Xbox video game consoles, games, and some controllers globally, the company announced recently. The tech giant didn't reference the impact of tariffs specifically, but it updated its support page, cited changing marketing conditions. Today we'll look at the changing landscape of the video game industry and how chip manufacturers and game developers are dealing with rising costs.
Have you ever played hide and seek in a churchyard and got chased by a priest?
What the
Warning, the following podcast is offensive. Listener erection is advised.
You're listening to fucking Seed and Greg.
Yeah.
I've been chased by a priest, but never around the churchyard.
You would probably come up with that story.
Yeah.
So yes, we actually had that happen before. Back in high school, I was at a friend's house for his birthday party, and we were hanging out in his living room, and it was a day of events. It was a Friday night, and we first went to the mall and we skateboarded. We weren't supposed to be there.
All right.
And we got kicked out of the mall skateboarding behind a building that was pretty skateboard friendly.
You fucking hoodlum.
But they weren't very happy with us when we were skateboarding, and scaring off the pedestrians from giving them business.
Right.
So then we proceeded to make our way back home, and we sat in my friend's living room and ordered pizza. And two of my friends decided to eat all the pizza and shit in the pizza boxes.
What?
In my friend's living room in front of us, whose birthday it was. Like, the victim of the shitting's house was his birthday, if that makes any sense.
Right.
And so what happened was they took the back part of the pizza box with the shit in it that was already, like, you know how the pizza box is folded?
Yeah.
Instead of grabbing the front where the shit doesn't come out, they grabbed the back fold of the pizza box and started beating the birthday boy with it.
They beat their friend with a box of shit.
Yeah, there was like 4 humongous turds. I remember seeing a turd from my one friend that was probably the size of a bratwurst.
What the fuck?
And pieces of shit flew everywhere as they were beating him. Like, it flew backwards behind their TV. One landed on the coffee table, and then one landed in the couch, but we couldn't find it.
Okay. As a teenager, this would probably be one of the funniest fucking things that I've ever seen.
I loved it.
As a grown-ass man, if my son ever fucking did this,
Yeah.
I would beat him within an inch of his life.
Oh, dude.
If somebody's shit was all over my living room.
I mean, my friend, let's call him Matt.
Okay.
He was very angry that there was shit in his living room because he knew his mom was crazy. So what we did was...
So you picked the craziest mom to throw shit around in her living room?
Well, technically they didn't throw it. The pizza box did.
Yeah, true.
So there's always a loophole.
Right, yeah.
He's like, guys, there's shit in my living room. And
There's shit in my living room.
so we had called up a friend that lived just around the corner. And we're like, hey, meet us at the churchyard. In about 20 minutes, we're going to go play hide and seek.
This seems like a situation where adding more friends is a great idea.
Oh man, it was so funny. The fact that the other friend wasn't even with us, we still don't know why he wasn't with us that night, but we were, so we ended up, and he's like, guys, no, we're not leaving this house until you find the shit and pick it up, because my mom's gonna be home and she's gonna lose it. And then my friend Donnie was like, so, we don't live here, you live here.
I don't feel like I ever want to be in a situation where I have to use the phrase, nobody's leaving until you find all of the shit.
Yeah, he was pissed, as one would be.
No, I get it.
But then, Donnie looked at him, and my other friend Jake looked at him, and they just left the house. And then we just started walking down the street towards the churchyard.
Later, loser, you find the shit.
Yeah. So then our friend Matt came with us, and we all walked down the street, and he was yelling at us. So I was there, but I didn't shit the box. And I'll be completely honest. If I did, I would tell you.
I would be proud of you shit in the box.
I did not. So we went into the churchyard to play hide and seek.
Okay.
And then we were playing hide and seek in the dark for, God, I don't know how long it was. Probably about an hour at that time.
All right.
Well, one of my friends, Tommy, decided to, he was the guy that we called after the fact, decided to knock on the house on the property, thinking that nobody was there.
Oh, like the priest's what do they call that? A rectory?
Yeah, where they
Where
live.
the priest lived, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a detached house from the church. It was almost like in the backyard.
Okay.
And he came out and we were hiding. And he kind of went back in, kind of like Nicky Nicky Nine Doors idea. And then we started playing hide and seek again.
Fucking with priests.
Always.
Yeah.
I didn't know this, but I was hiding in the way the hide, I think it was called like, is it military tag?
Hide and priest?
What do you call the hide and seek when you're it? And then you tag me and I come with you to find someone else. And then you add that person to that list. So it becomes 3 and 4 and 5 on 1 or whoever's left.
I've never played that before.
Yeah, we did that. And I was the last one to be found. And I was hiding in the bush right next to where the priest was.
You were hiding in the priest's bush?
I was hiding in the priest's bush.
Right.
And at one point we were all yelling because we were close to the priest's house. And he came back out again with a flashlight. And he started flashing it above me, but
you
didn't
say
see me.
Flashlight?
Yes.
Not flashlight.
Flashlight.
Okay, gotcha.
I didn't want you to get,
Because maybe I made that.
I could have. I mean, you could have.
Maybe.
So it was like, at that point, I think it was 8 on 1 because we had the guy that came after brought 2 girls with us. So it was awesome. So I was hiding from them 8. And I was the last one to be found. And I was hiding next to the priest and he came out yelling and screaming. So then about 10 minutes later, the cops show up. And we're all still playing this game. So I'm like freaking out right now. And there's a school right next door. So what I did was when I saw the cop car coming down the street, I figured I can't be near the priest's house because he's going to ask the priest the questions and I'm in there his bush.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the priest's bush.
No, so I bolted across the schoolyard and I climbed onto a basketball net, which backed onto the building, and I jumped onto the roof of the school and laid on the gravel flat roof.
You fucking Assassin's Creed that building.
I did, because I was scared. I was like a kid back in the day who was scared of the police. So the cops started walking around, and 2 others showed up with flashlights. Lights. And they were trying to find us, and then they saw, like, in the distance, our friends were already running away and, like, way off the property, all towards the house with the shit in it. So they all ran towards that house because it was the closest house to us. And I stayed on the roof and watched them run away, and the cops left about 10 minutes later. I got down and ran back to the house. Maybe 10 minutes after I got back to the house, which is probably 20 minutes after they did, they were all sitting in the living room. The house smelled like shit.
Of course it did.
I remembered we shit in the house. Not we, they did. And then the mom comes home 10 minutes later.
She comes home to 2 boxes of shit.
And she's like, Matty, why does my house smell like shit? Everybody jumps over the couch and runs out the front door. And we all took off running. And he never showed up at school the next day.
Because he was dead.
He told us on the Tuesday that his mom wouldn't let him leave the house to do anything unless he found every piece of shit that was in the house. And he found 3 gigantic turds, but 2 of them were smushed in the cushion.
Oh, God. Fuck.
Yeah, man. What a story that was.
Cheese and fucking rice. If somebody mashed shit into my fucking couch, I would just burn the whole fucking house down.
It wasn't a leather couch. It was a microfiber, like those old school, like
microfiber,
rough,
just
the rough feeling
everything.
One. Yeah.
I remember my daughter when she was little. She used to like playing with like slime. You'd go to the store and you'd buy like little things of goop, and she'd play with it all the time. And she left it on the arm of our microfiber couch.
Oh, of course.
And that just stayed in there.
Yeah, it's terrible, eh?
To the day that we threw that fucking couch out the door, that giant goop stain
was still there?
Yeah. So I can't, we tried everything to get it out. Nothing would get it out. I can't even imagine trying to get greasy pizza shit out of the microfiber on that couch. Oh, God, there'd be murder.
I just don't get how, like, you don't realize that's a bad idea. Like, my friends were stupid.
Like shitting in a box and then throwing it at each other?
We had so much fun, though. Like, I have so many stories from them that I will tell you in a different day.
Yeah, small town Saturday night, right?
Oh, yeah. It was starting off, everything was at the mall. And then it was skateboarding, getting kicked out, getting chased by security guards at that mall.
Right.
But I was never caught. I don't know why.
You've been lucky like that.
I have been very lucky.
You have avoided some nasty scuffles.
It's like guilty by association, but I was never the ones that actually caused the problems. And anybody who knows me knows that I would not do that stuff, but I was just taking part in it by being there.
Like, I can't see you shitting in a box. Like, that's even beyond something that I would do. I have fucked with people in some nightmare fashions, but I have never gone to the point where I would shit in someone's house and just throw it around the room. That is beyond fucked.
When it hit the wall, though.
Oh, God. You know what? I think
Behind the TV with all the cables?
as a teenage boy, there'd be nothing funnier than seeing a log hit the fucking wall behind the TV like that.
Bad.
Oh, that's fucking brutal.
Yeah, it was bad.
So no, I've never been chased by a priest in a churchyard.
I mean, the story was more about the shit in the house than the priest yard.
Yeah.
But you still messed with him a little bit.
Yep. You just said priest yard.
Priest yard. I didn't mean his churchyard. It was his yard. He lived there.
Yeah, you were in his bush all night.
I was in his bush. And he had to try to find me with a flashlight.
Im nome de Padre, Filii, Spiritus Sancte. Amen.
You're listening to Fiend and Greg.
That's right, dickface. You're listening to Fiend and Greg.
That's mean.
Sorry. As an adult, after hearing your story of the fecal sports that went on in your friend's house,
Fecal sports.
and then all the debauchery and satanic butt pleasures that you guys had, it's like a nightmare for me now. Not like I was a teenager once. I did it was 9 years earlier than you. But
Yeah, that's true.
I did a lot of stupid shit back in the day.
Yeah.
But, you know, for me, I was more leery of doing things because I am that person that always gets caught.
Yeah.
Like, people at work would do things that they weren't supposed to do and never got caught.
Yep.
If I were to do one of those things, I would get caught.
Like the people who show up 10 minutes after their break never get caught. You
Never
show up
get
2
caught.
minutes and they're like on you tapping their watch.
Yeah, right. Or like we had cardboard recycling and they would jump up onto the lift, jump down into the cage full of recycling cardboard, squash it all down, jump back out. I knew if I did it, the director would be up on the catwalk and see me being stupid, and then I get pulled into an office because why is Mr. Health and Safety Committee jumping up and down in a fucking cage, you know, jumping off of a lift?
You're condensing to save the company money.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to save you money. Right.
Right.
But that's why I kind of stopped doing dumb things, is because while it's fun, it's so tiring getting busted all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So
Yeah. If you get busted all the time, then like why keep doing it?
what's the point, right? Yeah. So that's why I kind of stopped. And now, as I get older, you know, hearing things like people throwing shit around a living room, it while it's still funny to me, I also look at it like through a parent's eyes.
If it were in your house.
Yeah, I think I've been a dad too long, where I'm seeing this now from a different perspective, where younger me would have been fucking just dying. And like there's shit flying around a fucking living room in a pizza box.
And
like
I
two
still
guys,
think it's funny.
It
to this
still
day.
is funny. But once you have kids, everything changes. And stuff that you used to think is funny is sometimes not funny anymore, even though I'm completely and utterly immature. Like, it's still funny to me, people throwing shit at each other or shitting in a pizza box in the middle of somebody's living room.
Yep.
But it's like, then you start thinking, well, what if that was my son? What if that was my living room?
Yeah.
There'd be blood. I mean, just murder. Straight up fucking murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kid would never walk again. We'd have to put ramps in the house.
Oh, we're going to that extreme. I
Oh,
see.
God, yeah. I'm breaking every bone in your fucking body. So, don't beat your kids, folks. The Fiend and Greg show does not condone the beating of children.
No.
Unless they throw shit around your living room. Then get a fucking 2x4 and put a nail in it, write Board of Education on it, and just fucking feed it to them.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry.
That took a turn.
But, you know, it's Another thing being a dad that you get guilty of is giving unsolicited advice. And my daughter will tell you this in a heartbeat. I am the absolute fucking worst for this. But I can't stop. Like, you see a situation and it's like, you want to fix it, right?
Because she's your daughter? Or is this with anybody?
Actually, I do this way too often. It's like, and it's not I've lived more life than you, or I'm smarter than you, or it's not like that, but it's just like, I think I'm just one of those people that you see a problem and you want to fix it.
Yeah.
It bothers me when things remain undone or unfixed. Like, when I start a project, I fucking finish it. I know. Because I would lose my shit if like when I did the upstairs washroom, every time I walk by that, even if I've worked on it all day and I'm just dogged.
Yeah, tired of looking at it.
Right. And I look at that thing and I'm like, fuck that. I got to finish this or I'm going to go insane. So I think maybe it's my personality type, but I'm always slinging unsolicited advice.
But you also don't have, I mean, maybe we all do, but you don't have ADD or ADHD.
Yeah, I do.
But the thing is, you finish the projects.
And I think that's where the OCD sitting on top of the ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
I think I have to get out of that space. Mine is a little different because I have to really ramp up to start a project.
Yeah. Is that like research and like motivation?
Motivation mostly, yeah. Because I gotta really want to do it. Like even something fun for me. Like I go in the garage and I bought some tools a while back and I wanted to carve something into stone.
Yeah.
Just because, hey, this is what a man would do. A man who shaves his cock with a Venus razor. That's what he would do.
Yeah.
Carve something into stone.
Carve.
Like the ancient Egyptians would fucking do. So I bought the tools, and then the tools sat in the garage forever until I was fucking ready to do it.
With your butt flap on. Whatever those things are.
My loincloth.
Loincloth.
Yeah, I like butt flap better.
Butt flap's way better.
You want to see my butt flaps? They're extra flappy today.
Yes, they are. I can see them.
They're a little moist. So, what about you? Like, do you dole out advice from time to time, or?
I feel like a lot of people come to me with their problems, and that I actually am called the vault at my work because people tell me everything about their lives.
Okay.
If they're thinking about leaving their husbands or wives.
Oh my.
If what their kids are getting into.
Yeah.
What they've looked at on the internet.
So you get the really serious shit.
Yeah, I get the stuff. People just tell me things.
Wow.
So I kind of just listen and try not to.
You're like an occupational therapist.
I should get paid a lot more. But it's true though. Like people come to me with all their stuff and I just listen.
Yeah. Give me an example. Like somebody has troubles at home
With drinking.
Yeah.
And that person and their spouse wants to leave the other spouse because they drink too much and get drunk instead of like doing things that involve not being drunk. Like just unbelievable things.
Can you be less drunk?
Yeah. Drink less.
Yeah.
And don't be a dick.
See, that's good advice.
Well, for me, it's like, I don't know the advice to give. I'm more of like an ear.
Okay.
Because I know that I don't have a drinking problem, and I know most alcoholics say they don't either, but I really don't drink that often.
No.
I really don't. Like, I choose not to because for health reasons.
Because we're a wreck.
Yeah, we're already kind of cuckoo the way that it is. So we don't want to add to this, but
what we did in that one episode where we had the drinking game.
Yeah.
That didn't feel good.
No, and mine was tequila and yours was gin.
Yeah, I didn't. That was not fun.
It was fun.
Well, it was funny,
but not fun.
I didn't. No part of me enjoyed that. So, we're talking about unsolicited advice, and I know my daughter would say that I am so guilty of this. Like I said, because she does, and I'm so glad that she comes to me with her problems.
Yeah, you want that.
I want that. I enjoy that. And I told her flat out, like, no matter what it is, I'm your dad. Like, I'm not going to judge you. Like, come on, bring it on.
Chances are you've been through it.
Exactly, because I've done so much stupid shit. There are very few things that I haven't done. I mean, I haven't set an orphanage on fire yet.
I mean,
there's still time. But yeah, I've done a lot of stupid shit. So my daughter will come to me with things, and I'll be like, maybe you should. Blah, 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 blah. But then after I start slinging advice, I kind of feel bad.
For what though?
Like, wait, should I be doing that?
What, giving advice?
Yeah.
Because like, as if your advice is the only thing that matters to that person?
Yeah. Like, am I supposed to do that as a dad?
Well, yeah, because how are they supposed to trust you with anything if you don't offer fatherly advice? Technically, what I tell people is when you have a problem and you tell me and you want my advice, this is strictly and entirely my own opinion and what should be done in this situation. Don't take it as the Bible of what you should be doing.
That's not a bad idea.
As a third party to your situation, and you're telling me, I'm not going to tell you that, you're always right or you're always wrong, but this is how I would react to the situation. Maybe I'm wrong.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, but this is how I react. So if you tell them, I'm your dad, I have experience with a lot of things, this is what I would do.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're right, but if it makes sense to them, maybe that's all they need to hear.
Yeah,
maybe
my daughter is a lot like me, so in my head, I'm thinking, oh, this might be helpful.
It could be.
So what I started doing is saying, can I give you advice?
As in, like, you ask her?
Yeah. Like,
okay.
Do you want some advice on this one? Because I got something that might help in this situation. And then, she'll say yes. Or if she says no, then I know she just wants me to listen to her complain.
Yep. Yep.
I shouldn't say it that way.
Well, sometimes they need an ear.
You just need an ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, being a dad and liking to give advice, whether you want to fucking hear it or not, I scoured the internet. And we're looking at some of the worst advice ever.
Oh.
Yeah. So here's some fatherly advice for you. Always carry a fork with you. If someone tries to rob you, you pull it out of your pocket and say, "Thank you, Lord, for this meal I'm about to receive," and charge at them with the fork.
Wow, not how I thought that was going to end.
Yeah, but it makes sense though, right?
I was always told to keep your car keys and put them in between your fingers like brass knuckles.
I like the fork thing better.
But the fork thing, that just takes it to a whole new level.
If somebody went full cannibal on me, I would run. Oh, fuck that.
Especially if you pull your pants down.
Yeah, yeah. The next bit of fatherly advice, pass on to your kids or grandkids. I don't care how nice the hand soap smells. You should never walk out of the restroom sniffing your fingers. That's good, right?
I've never even thought of that. I've probably done that.
I know I've done that. That's every once in a while. Like we've stayed in some nice hotels, and like I go to the washroom and I wash my hands, and I'm like, oh, that's different. Usually, all hotel soap smells the fucking same.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they surprise me, right? And it's like I get out of the bathroom, and I'm sniffing my hands. It's not a good look.
No, I didn't think it as a spectator how bad that could look.
Right, yeah.
But as us walking out, we're just admiring.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't question you if you walked out of the bathroom sniffing your fingers.
No.
I'd want to smell them too.
Yeah, of course you do. How did we know that was coming?
The elites don't want you to know this, but the ducks at the park are free and you can take them home.
Oh, that's good advice.
Yeah. I actually read that a long time ago and I fucking love this. I would love to have a house full of ducks.
Ducks are amazing.
Yeah.
They're annoying though a little bit, but they're nice.
And tasty.
I don't want to do that to the ducks you take home.
Why not?
Why not?
What if you have too many ducks?
Don't take them home to begin with. Put one back.
All right.
Put it in a bag and send it away. Don't put it in a bag. Don't put it in a bag.
Put your duck in a bag. If life gives you lemons, you squeeze the juice into a water gun and shoot other people in the eyes.
It'd be the same feeling as you putting mustard in my eye from McDonald's packets back in the day.
This. McDonald's does not have mustard packets.
They did when you take things to go.
Really?
At the time they did.
It can't be.
You don't remember that?
At all.
It burnt my eyes so bad.
I feel like I would remember this.
I'm telling you.
Fuck.
I remember this.
All right.
But yeah, squirt people in the eye with lemon juice.
Lemon juice. When life gives you lemons. If you drink nothing but seawater, your body is now international waters and you can't be charged with a crime.
This is actual advice that was given?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it makes sense, though. Makes sense. You can do anything in international waters. You want to marry a donkey?
Get a floater raft out to the international waters?
International waters, you can marry a donkey.
Okay.
Yep. Anything goes. If you're being chased by an animal, lay on the ground for 5 seconds. The 5-second rule will prevent the animal from eating you.
What the Are you joking?
No, this is science.
Okay, well, we are full of idiots.
No, this is science.
Oh.
It's 5-second rule. So if bear's chasing you in the woods, you fucking lay.
It's like, hold on, wait a minute, I'm gonna lay down for 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
And then he won't want me anymore.
Yeah, he'll be like, ew, you've been on the ground for 5 seconds. That's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not eating you now.
So stupid.
So for extra cash, consider robbing sex offenders. Their address is easy to find and they can't own guns.
I mean, good advice.
Good advice.
This is probably the best advice on the list so
Right?
far.
Making a little extra scratch. You know? Wow. If you're at an ATM at night and there's a person in front of you, give them a kiss on the neck to let them know that you're not a threat.
Okay, I would do this to you. At an ATM. If I saw you there just minding your own business, I'd just go up to you and be like,
I would even do this to a complete stranger.
just tap him on the ass on the way and just be like, you're good, man. You're
Yeah,
good."
you don't want to go too far, though.
No.
Because if you tap them on the ass, maybe you're kind of a threat.
Well, it's just it's a kiss first.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, that was unnecessary. And then right on the ass, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
That was still unnecessary, but
But wouldn't you feel better knowing that the person behind you at an ATM at night isn't going to rob you?
yeah.
Like a little gentle kiss on the neck?
Yeah, it seems nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Lastly, literally the reason that I wanted this list.
Okay.
Calm waters have never made good sailors. Give the girl from the asylum a chance. Grippy socks, grippy box.
Oh my God, why? What a stupid way to end it.
Advice.
Send me news with Fiend and Greg.
Well, thank you. It's time to send me news. 2 people hiking in the Czech Republic hit the jackpot when they found a treasure trove worth over $340,000 while walking in the outer fringes of a forest in the country's northeastern mountains.
What?
The Museum of East Bohemia, which took possession of the items, said that the hikers found 598 gold coins, some jewelry, tobacco bags, and other items weighing approximately 15 pounds. The coins appear to have been hidden in the ground for nearly 100 years and are dated from 1808 to the early 1900s. The coins are believed to have been likely buried sometime after 1921 and included currency from France, Belgium, the Ottoman Empire, and former Austria-Hungary. The hikers will be entitled to approximately 10% of their discovery. So much for finders keepers there.
$34,000. You found this like humongous treasure.
And you know what it probably was?
What?
It was probably one of those instances of like Nazi gold.
Oh, yeah.
It was probably a bunch of fucking stolen Nazi gold.
And you're only getting $34,000 out of a $340,000 find.
Yeah, sorry, pal.
Jeez.
Well,
I'd be angry.
yeah, I'd be like, fuck you.
I'd be like, you know what? Give me 3/4 of it and we'll talk. I'll give it back to you.
It belongs in a museum.
I don't care.
No. A Kentucky Powerball winner was arrested and charged with kicking a police officer in Florida days after he won a $167 million jackpot.
Those Florida people.
If you're going to kick somebody, if you're going to kick a police officer, probably a few days after $167 million, that's the time to do it.
Yep.
You're going to get a good lawyer.
Unbelievable.
You want to hope you don't end up in fucking prison for any length of time after winning that much money. So James S. Farthing, the state's biggest ever jackpot winner, was in a Florida jail by midweek, according to media reports. He has been charged with battery of a police officer and resisting arrest after Pinellas County Sheriff's deputy was attempting to break up a fight between Farthing and another person in a hotel. Farthing kicked the officer in the face, according to a police report. He kicked a cop in the face.
What a waste of winning money.
Yeah. You're probably not going to get off lightly for that one.
No, you shouldn't be getting off at all. You just won so much money, you should be staying and, like, being a good boy.
I would disappear.
Yeah, you'd have to.
You would never see me again.
Well, that's not nice. I want to do the Fiend and Greg show with you.
Well, no, because I'm going to be on some island.
In Fiji?
In Fiji, wherever there are no cannibals. And
with forks.
With forks.
5-second rules.
Right. Because if you need to lay on the ground for 5 seconds, I just, how could you not want to disappear if you won that much money? Everybody and their mom would come out of the woodwork.
Yeah. You gotta have friends you never knew you had.
Oh, you got that right. And probably some cousins you never knew you had.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't need all that money, do you?
Yeah. All your friends be like, hey, so I need a new car.
Yeah, it's like when you have a pickup truck.
Exactly.
Right. And now for the first time on Fiend and Greg, we have breaking news. This is the Maggie Report. Tensions have recently risen to full-on conflict as India and Pakistan have carried out airstrikes on each other. The decades-long conflict, which began in 1947, came to a head when gunmen attacked tourists in India-controlled Kashmir. The two nuclear-armed rivals have exchanged artillery shells, gunfire, missiles, and drones, killing civilians on both sides and raising concerns of a wider war. In order to properly assess the situation on the ground, the Fiend and Greg show has sent studio intern Maggie to the other side of the globe for a live report from Kashmir. Maggie, can you hear us?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you with all the crap going on behind me.
Okay, good. Maggie, have you spoken to Indian President Narendra Modi about the situation on the ground?
What do you think?
Right. Have you had to resort to shooting anyone yet?
With what? I'm completely unarmed.
If you had to rate the food on your trip so far on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think that would be?
What food? I'm just out here trying to survive. I don't have time to go dine in a 5-star restaurant. Get me out of here.
And the hotel you're staying at, did we get you someplace nice?
Oh, you mean the alleyway with the newspaper blankets?
Did you bring the right clothes? Like, what are you wearing right now?
Well, considering you told me I was going on an all-inclusive resort, I packed a bunch of bikinis. So no, I'm not in the proper attire.
Now, seeing the situation from your perspective on the ground, who do you think is winning?
Nobody! Like, get me out of here!
Now, I understand that Pakistan may be using the newer Chinese-made J-10C fighter jet against the Indian forces. Do you think Pakistan got those from Temu or Wish.com?
They're both Chinese. What difference does it make?
Now, Pakistani reports are claiming that 31 civilians have been killed by artillery strikes. Can you confirm that, and have you spoken to any of the victims?
Yeah, let me go interview a bunch of dead bodies. I hate you guys.
Now, if you had to pick a side, who were you rooting for?
Rooting for myself? Get out of here in one
do they have
piece.
mac and cheese?
I wouldn't know. They're not serving it in the hotel you forgot to book for me.
I can't hear you.
It's probably not very good, even if they do have it. I've heard that Pakistan is well known for its superior textiles. I was just wondering, on your way back, could you grab me a set of towels?
Screw you guys.
And a bucket of naan bread.
Oh, that's some good shit.
Garlic kind.
Right.
But keep it warm. I don't want it to get, moldy or whatever.
Right.
Okay. I miss you. Don't be mad on your next trip.
I hate you.
This was free for you. Remember that.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like a free vacation? I mean, we paid for her to go to the other side of the planet. I don't know why she's fucking miserable about it.
She's in a better mood.
I know. She's not as happy as she is here.
You're so ungrateful. You always tell me you want me to take you places. I'm sending you places on your own.
Hey, Sergio! Did you book her a return flight? I think she might be on her own. Okay, when we'll let you know if Maggie gets home in one piece. Otherwise, that was Maggie live from Kashmir in the Maggie Report.
Visit us at www.fiendandgreg.com or email us at fiendandgreg@fiendandgreg.com.
You're listening to Fiend and Greg.
You don't have any goddamn music? Sergio, what the hell are you doing? Music, dude, music.
You don't ask much of him.
Oh my God.
You really don't.
You send...
Everything is so fucking difficult with this guy.
We ask you to book a simple vacation for a nice trip for my darling Maggie. And you send her in the middle of a battle zone.
Listen, I feel like you're getting a little too close to Maggie. I'm starting to get a little bit jealous.
Well,
You guys have been spending a lot of time together.
I have to.
You have a wife.
Yeah. But I mean, Maggie's pretty cool.
I mean, she's all right.
Yeah.
For as far as interns go.
But let's not forget the fact that Sergio did not put music.
She's probably gonna die over there anyway.
Oh, she better come back. She needs to bring me back my nan bread or non bread or however you call it.
I want those fucking towels, that's for sure. Towels look like shit.
Oh no.
No, not that I shit in my towels.
No, we don't shit in towels.
Not in the sense that you think I said I did.
No, that's right.
So, I was talking to a guy the other day, really awesome guy. He's a sweet brown fellow.
Okay.
He's Sri Lankan,
Okay.
but he was raised here. He doesn't have an accent or anything like that I can make fun of, because I love making fun of people's accents.
Yeah.
So, we were talking about dating. And he was saying that he misses being with somebody. And then he casually brought up that he only dates white women.
Really?
Oh, so yeah. So, I mean, we had a good laugh.
A preference of a white person.
Right. We had a good laugh. I called him a fucking racist. And then we acted like idiots, like guys do. But it actually got me thinking, like, at one point, does personal preference become racism?
That's a good question.
Like, you think about it, like somebody who says, I only date white women. Is that because you don't like a particular race, or is that just your preference?
Yeah.
So, like, I know a while back, you have dated a couple women of color.
Yes, I have.
Yes. And how did that go?
Well, I first dated my first woman of actually they're mixed race was she was half East Indian, half white.
Okay.
So she had that like really nice like olive skin color.
Right.
Not dark, but not like white, like almost like a perfect balance.
Okay.
And it was pretty cool. And the thing is, I don't know, I just didn't look at her as a color. I looked at her as the person that she was. I mean, you can see the color when you look at it, but like I wasn't like, oh man, she is black.
Right.
Or she is brown, or she is whatever. It's like, she's a really cool person.
She was a little darker.
A little bit, but not like...
Yeah, as far as East Indian goes.
Yeah.
Like with, every person on the planet, there's every shade of skin.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's... sometimes there are darker Indian people, and she happened to be a little bit darker.
Yeah, she was. But you know what? It never bothered me because I was physically attracted to her. It didn't matter.
Right.
But we didn't get treated very well some places that we went because of her color of her skin and me being a white guy.
Really?
Yeah, we got for specific. I guess I'll say one quick story was that we went to a fast food restaurant, and in the fast food restaurant, when you walk in the door, there's like a see-through, almost like a window without the glass. Like, what do you call that? Like that you can see into the kitchen.
Okay.
And there was an older lady, probably older than us.
It's always the older lady.
We were probably 18 and 19 years old or whatever. And we were standing in line, and this woman came up to the window, looked at us, and just continued to walk in the back. And I waited, and we waited 6-7 minutes or whatever. And I'm like, where's this woman and why? And then the girl I was with is like, I think I figured out why she's not going to wait on us.
Oh.
And I'm like, why? And she's like, because
she's a fucking racist.
Yeah, we're an interracial couple. And I'm like, are you serious? And she's like, yes, let's leave. So we left. But then as soon as we left, a white guy walked in, and when I got back to the car, I looked into the building as we backed into where we could see inside the building, and she was waiting on him right away.
Oh,
so
my.
She wanted to go back in and destroy her verbally, and I said,
Right.
don't bother. It's not worth it. We'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I kind of experienced racism from both sides.
oh,
So with my current wife, I think I've mentioned in past podcasts that she's Asian.
yes.
And so, like every white guy, Asian wife. That's what we do, apparently. So I think when COVID happened, that's when, I started being on guard.
Okay.
Because of everything that was happening in the world. You were hearing about, excuse me, some Yahoo would run outside and punch some Asian woman in the face.
Yeah.
Everybody was mad at China, but, they were punching Vietnamese people and punching Japanese people, punching Laotians. They were just punching everything. That looked, mildly Asian.
Because they're just stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to be a racist, at least do it right. Mm-hmm. So I started getting worried about that, and there were some looks during COVID that, some of the older white folk would give the old misses there. And I was always on guard. I hated going out for that 2-year period just because I was always on fucking guard all the time. And I was so nervous and miserable. And then when we went to China, I kind of experienced it from the other side.
It's weird how that works.
Yeah, where, we would be walking in a city in the north where her family is from, and they don't see white people there.
Okay.
We went to a restaurant, and these people took my picture with them, like a group photo, because I was the first white guy that's ever been in the restaurant.
No way.
Yeah, so my picture is now on a wall in a restaurant somewhere in northern China.
So you could be, in their eyes, the only Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Or Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I am the Ben fucking Affleck of Lanzhou, China. Yeah. So they don't see white people.
Okay.
Not very often at all. Like, some people in her family had never seen a white person outside of TV.
Wow.
So we would walk around the city, and I would get that look. There would be an older guy there, and he would see us walking, holding hands, and they would shoot me that fucking look. Like,
rough.
Like if you were down south and you saw an interracial couple, you get that look.
You know the look.
Oh, I know the look. I've given that look. And so it would just, the guy would shoot me a look like, oh, fuck, you're here now.
Yeah.
Great. Another one. And it was exciting and fun for me to experience racism from that side.
Yeah. It's something we don't deal with.
No, because is that part of white privilege?
I don't even want to get involved with that. I think everybody needs to be freaking just respectful of everyone.
Right. So there was another instance where we were eating at this outdoor, like a street food area, right?
Okay.
So I was eating some of the best food I've ever had in my life.
Is this in China?
Yes.
Okay.
And this guy comes stumbling up, and he's all fucking drunk. And the weather there was cool, but not for me. I'm a bigger guy. I'm sweaty.
You're not big.
Well, I mean, I'm a bigger boned and,
Ladies and gentlemen, he's not fat. He is lovely.
But I'm a little more heartily built than these scrawny little Chinese people in this city.
Yeah.
And I was eating, and I had shorts on. Mm-hmm. But like you made fun of me a long time ago, I was wearing shorts.
Stupid shorts, I believe.
No, I wasn't wearing the stupid shorts, but I had shorts with a sweater.
You did.
Right. So that's my way of controlling my body temperature.
Okay.
So this drunk guy comes stumbling over, and he says in Mandarin, what, foreigners don't get cold? And I was like, oh And it was at that point where I wished that my Mandarin was a little more advanced so I could look at this guy and say, yeah, when you're swinging a big old fucking dick, you don't get cold that easy.
Yes.
But I don't know how to say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should have said it in English. Just so you can get it out of your system.
You just can't.
You can't.
There are some places where you don't want to cause trouble.
Yeah, that's one of them.
That's one of them.
With a drunk man
Yeah.
on the side of the street.
So, do you think that maybe we're affected by stereotypes when we're picking a partner?
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
I think it has to do. I mean, because you know what? No matter what happens, you're always going to find somebody who's not happy with something. So it's like, who cares what anybody else thinks? Do what you want.
Yeah, like I've asked an Indian lady that I knew, like how her parents would feel if she called and said, "Oh, hello, mommy, daddy, I'm dating a white guy," and they'd be like, "What the fuck?" But she said, "No. A white guy, they would probably be mildly okay with, as you know, but a white guy." In Indian culture would have to meet certain criteria. He'd have to have a good job and he would have to have this, have to have that.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what if you call and say, hey, mommy, daddy, I'm dating a black guy? And she's like, no.
Yeah.
The older Indian generation would never be accepting.
Right.
I mean, of course, this goes family to family to family. And yeah, you know, everybody has their thing. Where, you know, I know some black families that wouldn't be accepting of a white person stepping in.
Right.
Yeah, I know plenty of people, like white women who are dating black men, and everything is fine. Mm-hmm. The family is accepting, everybody's happy. But, I mean, you got to think there's always racism on both sides, right?
And it sucks because, like, you're just judging people on the outside.
Right.
And, you know, we all have hearts, we all have skin, we all have hair, most of us, we all have, you know, eyes. Like, we all have the same features as the people that you're trying to be rude against. But I think that everybody deserves a chance and let the personality show. If you don't like the personality, close your eyes. And then, like, if you're going to meet someone, close your eyes.
Yeah.
And then go based on that, like their personality first or whatever.
I don't think I could do that. I think I would look at that white guy and just think, Whitey's got to pay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just because I was in a relationship that way.
Yeah.
I never thought of it as being bad because I just liked the person I was with for who they were.
Until you went to a concert with them.
And then they didn't like them anymore. Because they made my whole concert experience terrible by putting me from the ground floor about 10 rows from the stage up into the upper bowl.
We were closer than that.
Were we? I don't want to know anymore. Forget about that.
I want to remind you that we were much closer than that because I caught that pick from the bass player.
Okay, so I just want to tell you
Picks
that
don't fly that far.
Extremely angry to the fact that we had to go up into the upper bowl because my friend who I was with didn't think it was very much fun to be on the ground.
And while you were gone, I was headbanging and caught a pick.
I watched things from up there and was mildly...
Could you see me?
I could see where you guys were because...
Did I have my mullet still?
No, you didn't have your mullet.
Oh, that's good.
He had a mullet for so many years.
Oh, yeah. Life choices.
No, he was there just having a good old time, and I'm thinking, well, at least I can see more of the stage.
You could.
There was nothing good about the rest of that show.
I could see the band's sweaty crotches from where I was.
All I could see was lights.
Yeah.
And they were about 1.5 inches tall. Maybe like this. And you can't see my fingers, but I'm making an inch and a half
He's
size.
got 1.5 inches. So as far as racism and picking a partner, here are the stats. Because you can prove anything with stats, right?
Of course, the stats are true. Yeah, always true.
9 out of 10 people will tell you that.
That's right.
So according to an older thesis, this was written by graduates at Columbia University, Stanford, and the University of Chicago. Interracial marriages in the U.S. are quite rare. So, for example, the data from the 5% sample of the 2000 census. So this is 25 years ago. This is old data. But it did reveal that among married black people, 94% were married to other blacks. Members of other races are also unlikely to marry outside of their own group. So a mere 4% of marriages in the U.S. are between partners of different race.
Wow.
So do you think in the 25 years since that thesis was written. Do you think it's gone up at all?
100%.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people are just, I want to say like they're moving on to, what's that word I'm looking for? Like everybody's adapting to a lot of the changes in life when it comes to, sexual preferences, whoever they want to date, what they want to identify as. The world is changing to a point where everybody is
I'm a pony.
sticking up for what they believe in now more than any other time.
Would you hate me if I was a brony?
A brony? Like a brony?
No, just a brony.
What's a brony?
Like a grown-ass man who is in love with My Little Ponies and dresses like them and jerks off to ponies.
Oh my God.
Would you hate me?
I would not hate you, but I would not support you. Even though I support lots of things that you do, that would not be one of them. I'd show you a picture of a woman that I know you'd like and be like, try this instead.
No. Only ponies.
Only ponies.
Only ponies.
No, I would not support that.
You're full of hate.
I mean, I guess I could ask you this question. The guy that you say you talked to the other day.
Yeah.
Did he give you a reason why he only picks white women?
No, he actually didn't have a real reason for it. He just, and that's why when we got done laughing at him and I called him a racist, it turned into preference, and that's kind of just what he alluded to. It just came down to preference.
That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I before my current wife, it was a consistent string of white girls.
Yeah.
Do Italians count as whites? Do they consider themselves whites?
I'm assuming so, but I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like they're, you take somebody from England, or my background, and they're probably not quite as white as me.
You're pretty white.
Yeah, pretty fucking white. That's why I can't dance or jump
or eat without sweating.
Is that part of my DNA?
Or stand without sweating.
Or stand without sweating, or
breathe,
sit,
lay down,
anything,
sleep,
eat,
stare at food, stare at walls. He sweats. He's sweating right now, laughing.
Because you're making me sweat. You're calling attention to it.
I'm sorry.
Where were we?
Dicks.
Oh, yeah, dick size.
That's not where we were at all.
No.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't support your pony and brony love. And
I think there was something before that.
Preferences.
Preferences.
Yeah, my preference is whoever I'm attracted to, regardless of what you look like. I've seen so many beautiful, and I'm into women, but so many beautiful women that are of all different races, shapes, and sizes.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm not picky whatsoever. Like, I don't have one genre.
I found that I don't either. And my wife laughs at me because she says, when I first met her, she said, "You have yellow fever." And I'm like, are you allowed to say that? That sounds kind of racist. Because I like Asian women.
Yeah.
But it's not just, it's not just the Sino-Japanese, that sort of Asian. It's not just that. There are very pretty Indian women as well.
Oh, yes. I've seen some.
I've seen pretty Pakistani women.
Yep. Arabic.
Oh
man, they dress like the Arabic women, Lebanese women.
Yeah,
they have this look to them.
Yeah,
it's
sometimes their eyes just kill you.
Yeah, weak.
Well,
I get weak.
You get weak. It's because you're Arabic.
No judgment here.
It's because you're Arabic. You're slightly Arabic.
I think I could be.
I think you might be.
I'm gonna find it out. With
yeah,
a DNA test.
Yeah, we're gonna do a 23andMe on you.
I want to.
Well, you can't now. Isn't there another one though?
Yeah, I think it's Ancestry.com.
Yeah, there's an Ancestry something or other that you do a family tree and they find out that you're something or other.
In a pie chart of what percentages you are.
Right. Mine was so disappointing.
You did yours?
Well, not me. Like, how do I say that? Not me, myself.
And Irene?
My daughter did one.
Oh, okay.
And so basically, we have the same DNA. So, because her mom is entirely French.
Okay.
Right. Completely.
Okay.
So, now where the mutt part comes in, and my wife loves to laugh at this, because where she's from, if they do 23andMe, it just says fucking Chinese.
Yeah.
That's all it says, right? Maybe some Mongolian mixed in there because they ruled the whole country for how long? Like all of Asia for how long? And maybe in her family there might be a touch of Korean.
Okay.
Just a sprinkling, like Salt Bae with the Korean. And for me, she laughs because, well, what are you? And her sister asked me the same thing. What are you? It's like, well, where do I start? We got English, we got Irish, Welsh, a hint of Scottish, a whole bunch of French, and German.
You are all of those.
All of those things. And
Wow.
I'll bet you anything that you are too.
I have probably some of that.
Yep. There's probably some Italian in you too, maybe.
Could be.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get that lovely olive skin, just out of nowhere.
I like my skin color. I tan nicely.
You do.
You tan okay too, though.
No, I don't. I turn fucking red. I burn, peel, and back to pasty white again.
I was trying to give you a compliment.
Well, thank you, but it's no, I don't tan well. When I went on vacation, the tropical vacation, I got a little toasty and
Cried.
Yeah, I cried a little bit, and then it all fucking peeled off. It was like taking off a raincoat, and I was just all pasty white again in a week.
Did you eat the skin?
I thought about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's all salty. The fuck? And now, our dear, sweet, sexy, desirable Uncle Phoenix.
I don't know about any of those.
You shut your dick. It's time for video game news.
You shut your urethra.
Shut your piss hole. It's time for video game news with Uncle Phoenix.
Fans were left disappointed after Rockstar Games announced that one of their most highly anticipated games of the year, Grand Theft Auto 6, has been delayed until May 26th of 2026. The sequel to the record-breaking video game franchise was due to be launched on consoles later this year, bar PC from what we know, after the first trailer was released in December of 2023. Rockstar issued a statement apologizing to the fans, adding that the studio needed more time to polish the product before releasing it.
Well, we need more time.
But they also released the second trailer after they did
Wait a minute. When did Grand Theft Auto 5 come out?
It was sometime in 2013
Okay.
for PS3 and Xbox
Okay.
360.
Okay. Hear me out. It's been.
Sorry.
Great song.
I felt like I had to.
It's been 15 years. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, 12
years.
12 years since you put out a game.
Yeah. A Grand Theft Auto game. They put out Red Dead Redemption 2 in 2018.
Okay, that's right. Even since then, how much time do you fucking need?
Well, they didn't start it right away. From what I've understood, that they started full production in 2020 after they took a year to figure out pre-production after Red Dead Redemption was out. And they had like concept phases and everything. This is from what I'm understanding. And then they went full development mode in 2020, 2021. So technically when it's released, it'll be about 5 years, but I'm sure they're using assets from all the upgraded versions of the GTA 5 releases that have come out, whether it's from the PS3, 360, Xbox One, PS4, PC, then you have the enhanced version, the legacy version, and so like somewhere they have to take something from some type of, archives to make this game look the way it does and play the way it does.
I just think you've disappointed too many people.
At this point, though, you have about 1,900 people working on in Rockstar. From what I'm hearing, you'd think they'd put something else out in between. Like if you look at the chart that Rockstar had when they had the PS2 era, let's say PS2, they had 7 games that came out between Midnight Club, Manhunt. They had GTA 2 or 3, San Andreas, Vice City. And then they had tennis.
Tennis?
Yeah, they had like a tabletop tennis game. And then they had the PS3 era where they had, Grand Theft Auto, essentially 4 and 5. And then it's almost like, and then they had the Max, no, they didn't have Max Payne 3. They did. So they had 3 or 4 games instead of like the 7 or 8 that they had in the prior thing. And now we get 1. And there are 3 remakes.
And look at the
releases.
budget that they had.
That's the thing. When you have a company like that,
When you have $1 billion,
their budget is unbelievable. Like it's almost like the only restriction they'll ever have is not money, it's the technology that keeps advancing while they're still making the game that should have released years ago. Like and you know what the sad part is? Red Dead Redemption came out in 2018. We've been on the new consoles now for 5 years and there's still not a new console update.
I've had Red Dead Redemption 2 on 3 gaming platforms.
Would you have it on your PS4,
Yep.
Stadia,
Right.
and now your PC
Yeah.
or your Steam Deck?
Yeah. Steam Deck. Yeah. On Steam.
Yeah.
So, and I've never finished the fucking game.
Oh, really?
I'm working on it.
It's actually really good.
It's so good.
It's very good.
But there's so much to do.
And that's, you know what, you finish it when you want. You can follow the main story or you can hunt things for 10 hours.
Boy, Google Stadia sure took a shit, didn't it?
Yeah. I remember when you bought it, I was like, this is cool.
Oh, it was so cool at the time.
Yeah. The idea, but they gave you your money back, did they not?
Yeah, they gave me my, they refunded, like my subscription.
Yeah.
They refunded all of the games that I bought
Isn't that crazy?
because they're now unplayable.
But how do they refund it? On the credit card which it was purchased?
Right,
So
yeah.
if you owed like $500 on your credit card, that essentially could pay off your credit card?
It came close.
Wow, that's amazing.
Like I don't keep a balance on my credit card
Yeah, me either.
all that much, but it put me into what you would call it a negative,
Yeah,
where my credit card owed me money.
exactly.
So all of the games, and then they refunded me for the controllers.
That's cool too. Then you get to keep them?
Yes, and what they did was you can go on Google's website for Stadia.
Mm-hmm.
They unlocked your controllers.
Okay, so you can...
You plug the controller into your PC or laptop or your urethra, whatever you want, and then you run an update to it, and it basically just becomes a Bluetooth controller. So I can use that controller with the Steam Deck, my PC, if I want to play games on my tablet on an emulator. At least they give you that.
And you liked it because it had the symmetrical sticks that were like a PS4 controller / PS5, right?
Because Xbox controllers are made by Satan.
Says the guy who only supports Sony because of that. I happen to think the Xbox controllers happen to be the most comfortable controller of all time.
You would say that.
However, I do agree that the PS4 controller was a huge step in the right direction.
Yep.
And the PS5 controller now is like a close second.
Oh no, it's sexy.
But it's so much more comfortable with the longer horns.
Yes.
I can't, the little PS2 and 3 horns.
Yeah.
And the mushy like trigger buttons that were not really triggers, and the big fat loose thumbsticks to me just didn't do shit to me. I got all angry.
I love big fat loose flappy things.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so we're just like looking forward to like Rockstar putting out another masterpiece, but like they've made so much money, and apparently they said for the last 3 months consistently they have sold 5 million copies of Grand Theft Auto every quarter consistently.
Like
More.
previous versions of Xbox or of previous
GTA?
version of the game, or like pre-orders.
No, this is of GTA 5 that still came out 15 years ago or
And
12
people
years
are
ago.
still buying.
They're buying it about 5 million every 3 months.
See, and I'm guilty of this too, because Red Dead.
Yep.
After the Stadia crapped out, I didn't own it forever until it went on sale on Steam.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, bingo!
Yeah.
Time to own this game again.
It's very opposite though. Like if you're looking for frantic, crazy, like just it could be ridiculously high action, you're never going to find it in Red Dead. That's like to sit back and watch a story unfold and play it. Where GTA, it's like you got naked people running everywhere, screaming, cab drivers yelling, everything's so racist.
You're running cats over.
Yeah, you can do anything. It's just, I don't know. They have it, and it's okay. Like I'm getting to the point now where if I have to wait another year, what's another year? But it's going to be incredible, no matter how you look at it.
Wise words.
Yeah.
And that's video game news. And now it's time for a little bit of sharing and a little bit of healing. And I know nobody needs healing like our fiend.
Is that supposed to be the diary fiend?
Dear Diary.
to your diary. This is not necessarily an embarrassing story to myself, but I made it embarrassing to myself in order to help someone else.
That was honorable of you.
It was.
Good.
So I was working back in the day at a coffee shop, and this woman I was working with was a self-conscious woman about the way she looked. She was a little bit on the larger side.
Was she fugly?
She was not the best looking. She had a mustache.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
And it's not it was obvious. It wasn't like, oh, you have peach fuzz. It was a full grown,
like Mario?
Not quite thick. Woohoo! Just a little bit of hair that was quite noticeable if you looked up close.
Nice.
So she was pouring a coffee one day, and she spilt the coffee, and it landed on her front of her tan colored pants that she had, and it looked like she had urinated all over herself. So, although it didn't burn her, she decided to leave the drive-through area where it happened and sprint to the back and start crying because she was embarrassed.
Okay.
So, what I did was I was there with my cousin. We were both working there at the time, and she was sad, visibly distraught because she had to go out with a wet crotch.
Was this your cousin Eddie?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a cousin Eddie, and he. So I said to her, I'm like, Eve, come on out. What are you worried about? She's like, I have a wet crotch. People are going to think that I peed myself. And I'm like, do you give a crap what people think about you? She goes, yes, because I come into work and I try to do the best I can and not have this happen. I'm like, we all do. She was like, I can't go out there. I said, okay, I'll do you one better. I went to the sink that we had a hanging hose from where we did all the
Did you
the thing.
Billy Madison this situation?
I totally sprayed my crotch.
You Billy Madison
And
this.
my boobs and my hair. And it was the middle of winter, by the way, this had happened. And I walked out soaking wet. My shoes were squishing. And I said, Eve, let's go.
You're not cool unless you piss your pants.
You're not cool. And yeah, I walked out into the drive-thru with her. I grabbed her by the arm or the wrist. Not in an aggressive way. It's like, come on, let's go. You soaked, I'm even more soaked.
Okay.
So we went to drive-thru together.
So you look like you pissed on each other.
Yeah, well, I looked like she looked like she just pissed her pants. I look like I pissed everywhere. So then Eddie looks back. He's like, He's like, Fiend, that's a great idea. Hold on, I'll be right back.
No.
So he went in the back in the sink and sprayed himself front and back.
Nice.
And down his pants and his back. And he one-upped me, which I one-upped her.
Yeah.
And we walked out, the three of us, because there was only three of us working that night. And
it looked like a Diddy party exploded.
That's right.
In your coffee shop.
We sprayed ourselves to make her feel better.
So this is why I can't get a decent cup of coffee from this fucking place. It's because all the shenanigans are going on.
Well, it was to help someone. Because you know what? She was, I don't know how old she was. Maybe if I was 17, she was probably 21, and she had a daughter, and she worked really, I don't even know if the father was around. Like, she was like doing everything she could for her daughter. And I thought, this woman needs a paycheck. She needs the tips. So my cousin and I would give her the tips that we would make that night, because she was living on her own, working in a minimum wage job with a daughter, and she was very, very, very nice woman. So that night, him and I gave her the tips. We sprayed ourselves down in our crotches and asses with water, and
I feel like I'm
trying to make her feel better.
I'm seeing you in a different light right now.
Yeah.
I'm seeing your heart.
The Diary of Fiend.
The Diary of fucking Fiend.
Well,
I want to thank you all of the fans out there of Fiend and Greg. I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for bringing our bullshit into your life.
if you'd like to email us
You can email us.
at www.
No.
That's not the email address,
No,
is it, Greg?
isn't. No, it's Fiend and Greg.
At
FiendandGreg.com.
or check out our website for your viewing pleasures at
www.
that's the www.
FiendandGreg.com. On behalf of the entire studio and crew, and poor Maggie on the other side of the planet, who may or may not make it back.
She has bread for me. She better make it back.
I just got my fucking towels.
Can't keep that.
Easy.
Can't keep that.